Welcome back. Well, it seems like everywhere you look these days, the generations are at war. Millennials are taking over as the largest demographic group. Boomers are criticizing everyone as they do. And Gen X is just watching it all from the sidelines. But there's a new group that's on the rise, and they are making their own rules. And Kennedy Rue is here to explain. Kenny, those are your people.
Exactly. And that is right, Mara. Generation Z is not coming to play. They are living out loud. Some say too loud. But no matter how you see it, there's no doubt they're shaking up the world. Welcome to Generation Extra.
Leaders of the new school. Gen Zers are plugged in and powered up.
It was about electing an agenda. It was about electing a movement.
These trendsetters are dominating in sports, tech, education, and activism.
What do we want? Abortion access! When do we want it? Now!
69 million strong, they're the most diverse group in history. 14% are Black, 4% are multiracial, and 25% are Hispanic.
A lot of us grew up feeling like we weren't heard. So it's not until we're 30, 40, and even now, 50 years old, we're starting to find our voice.
Tamara Lewis is a best-selling author and a mother to a Gen Zer.
I love the fact that our Gen Zers really feel really rooted in who they are.
We don't care if people die.
According to the research firm Edelman, 70% of Gen Zers are involved in a social or political cause.
Young voters turned out in record numbers in 2020, which is why I sit here as the first Black woman to be Vice President of the United States. And that is why we are now giving billions more dollars to HBCUs.
When George Floyd was killed, Gen Zers overwhelmingly powered the Black Lives Matter movement. And recent Supreme Court protests over Roe v. Wade were nearly 100% Gen Z-led, fighting for everything from social justice to climate change to gun control.
Well, I'm here to talk about gun violence.
I love the fact that our Gen Zers really feel really rooted in who they are. Them being able to tap into different cultures and experiences all from their cell phone can be used for a really huge, powerful change in the world.
But there is a dark side to all that fight. Every day, a new online brawl or bullying is setting social media on fire.
I don't understand this generation these days, but this was taking place now.
Wild scenes of fights and smash and grabs filling the feeds.
That's the Nordstrom.
For the first generation that's grown up in a fully connected social media world, everything is amplified.
I can't stress enough the impact of them growing up in this digital age. That's really important for all of us to understand because we're trying to figure out, what's going on with them. Why are they like this? Why do they need to be so expressive? And their lack of sometimes empathy or shock for things that would have really blew our minds when we were younger in their age.
This generation is the most difficult to work with.
They're taking their share of criticism for being entitled.
My name is Jacqueline, and I don't really think I need any training. They do. I think this is actually pretty easy.
And not knowing the meaning of hard work.
Are you okay?
Joyelle Crawford is a career coach who has mentored some Gen Zers.
Everyone views the youngest generation as the X generation or whatever. They fill in the blank of negative connotations for entitled, emboldened, and bratty. But I think Gen Z knows where it's at.
No one can do it like we can. We are the baddest in the land. We are the educated ones.
They know what they want. I think that's a fantastic thing to embrace and to celebrate and acknowledge when companies are looking to hire talent. You would want somebody who's sure of themselves and confident. But that's something that's needed, and especially in leading our global economy.
But their POV has been forged in fire. Raised during the Great Recession of 2008 and coming of age during the COVID pandemic has taken a toll, spiraling many in Gen Z into a full-blown mental health crisis.
There have been studies that show that they feel that they have experienced the worst of history. They have seen so much Our climate is in disarray. Our social justice, as we see the racial reckoning that exploded by the murder of George Floyd in 2020, a global pandemic, like they have experienced things that we honestly never grew up experiencing, and so they feel like they've been through it.
Navigating what sometimes feels like a world on fire, Black Gen Z is out to shake things up.
I think that they're taking some of the baggage that their grandparents, their parents have had to carry and the injustices that we've experienced in the past, and now they're mad for us. So they're like, you gonna treat me like that.
A force to be reckoned with, they believe their collective force can and will change the world.
They know their value inherently, so they want to be compensated and acknowledged and celebrated for that.